Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Stock with Khan, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about NIO again, the premium electric vehicle Chinese car company. And there are some really good news about NIO that I wanted to share with you. I'm making this video after several days. I've been quite busy. You guys must know that I have another profession that I'm dealing with, but I am passionate about finance related stuff, and especially about stocks and EVs in general. I'm so bullish on companies like NIO, Tesla, as well as the Ford, which recently announced that they are going to electrificate their cars as well. Also here in Europe, I'm staying in Europe, in Germany, Volkswagen, all these are trying to enter into the electric vehicle market, and I think there is so much potential in that. And today's video is going to be about NIO, so stick around. I think I have some interesting news for you guys. So welcome back. The news that I wanted to share with you guys about NIO is actually briefly been also described in this article from Motley Fool, and that's why I would directly go into the article. So the title of this article is 3 renewable energy stocks that simply cannot be stopped. That is from 13th of June, so a couple of days back. And one of the stock in those 3 stocks was also NIO. So it's been mentioned that it's not often that one would designate the stock of a company that almost went out of business as unstoppable. As recently as early 2020, NIO's business flirted with bankruptcy. But a push by the Chinese government to accelerate growth in country's EV industry contributed to strong sales growth, and investors piled in. I have also mentioned this multiple times in my several videos that NIO is massively backed by the Chinese government, which makes it one of the strong competitor for the EV market in future alongside Tesla. And that's why this stock, which is right now sitting at 45, is such a golden opportunity. But you should always do your own research. But let's get first to the article, and then I'm going to explain to you why the current price of NIO is such a massive opportunity to get into this stock for the long-term profit or long-term benefits. So it's been further mentioned in the article that the company continues to rapidly grow sales inside China, the largest automotive market globally. China covers 40% of the EV market, and right now most of this 40% of the market is taken over by Tesla. But NIO is a newborn baby and is growing massively at this point, and that's why you always want to be with the prince and not with the king for the long term, because the future belongs to the prince. NIO is the prince of EV market. Further, it's been said that and the one with the most potential for EVs. But NIO has also recently announced plans to move into Europe, which is also a huge market. What was once a stock with a market capitalization approaching 100 billion has dropped about 25%. We all saw that there was a massive stock market correction, especially in the EV in the beginning of March this year, and then it took almost April as well. And right now the market is slightly getting its momentum back. I wouldn't call it its bullish trend yet, but the momentum, especially in the EV sector, and that momentum can be seen in the stock price of NIO as well, alongside other stocks, just like Workhorse for instance as well. Occasionally, although Workhorse is trading sideways at times. So further, it's been said that that doesn't make it cheap, but what looks like a business that can grow for decades, it's one that could justify a higher risk investment as well. I like this article because it's also giving you the whole perspective of what's going on with the market. For instance, if you load up on NIO overall, we already know that overall the market is overvalued. So you have to take measures, and that's why investment at current time is like advised in a way that if you see a potential in a company on the long term, then you can invest. Just like, for example, Ford jumping into the EV sector, and then NIO being already planning to move to Europe and expand its production and enhance its production, and it's showing that year over year with its sales increase and everything. Then you can invest in a company like that, because what happened to Tesla, for example, back in 2019, Tesla was a stock of $50. In the beginning of January 2020, it actually started, so that it took off so massively, and that could for sure happen to stock like NIO as well. Further in the article, it's been mentioned that vehicle deliveries increased by 113% in 2020 compared to the prior year. But for the first quarter of 2021, NIO delivered 20,060 vehicles, representing an increase of 423% year over year. Like many other automakers, the company's production has recently been hit by the global semiconductor chip shortage that is happening to every EV car company, including Tesla, Ford, Volkswagen, as well as NIO, and of course then NIO has the partners like Xpeng and Li. So all of them have been suffering recently from semiconductor shortage issue, and I think that is in one way an opportunity for buy. This issue will be solved. This will not stay for a long time. Then we won't be able to see this stock in the 40s and 50s. Further, it's said that, but assuming that will be a short-term impact, also just like I mentioned, there is plenty more to look forward to. Further, it said that NIO announced it will begin production on its first sedan, the Luxury ET7, early next year, and the company will begin sales in Europe starting with Norway in September 2021. That is such a big news. This will have such a massive impact on the stock price on the longer term. NIO said it will initially sell its flagship ES8 electric SUV in Norway, followed by the new ET7 luxury sedan, and later in 2022 it will install battery swap station in the country, replicating the network it has in place in China. The charging and battery swap program brings in additional subscription revenue to the company. These are all really good things that are happening for NIO and on the long term, which will have such massive impact on the stock price. NIO is adding another manufacturing plant, and its expansion outside of China should continue. With the expected demand for the EVs globally, NIO looks to be a long-term growth story that can't be stopped. I think this is a great compilation of a very good long-term growth-oriented company in the name of NIO, which is massively backed by Chinese government, just like it's been mentioned in this article as well. China wants by end of 2030 90% of their cars being EV cars. Right now 40% of EV market is China. America at this point is only 1.8%. Imagine a major premium car company being the dominant force at this point. What will be the worth of this company by end of 2030? I personally see it a $1 trillion company by end of 2030, and for sure from the current market cap that is at this point, you will have to forgive me because I'm using, it's my German laptop, so I'm using a German laptop, and that's why everything here is in German. But NIO's market cap is around about 60 billion. You should check this yourself. Multiply 60 billion by, I would say, 16-17, then it turns into 1 trillion. And that was the word that I personally see for NIO. That means you can easily get or make your money 17 to 18 times in a matter of 9 years. So NIO at the moment is trading 45, around about 45, 46 dollars. Today it's down. That's because in the last few days it had this, the news was released that it's extending its footsteps to Europe, and this of course had a massive impact on the stock price, and the stock went literally 10% high overall with this. things like that. I just mentioned so many good things to you about NIO that will have massive impact on the long term on the stock price as well. I personally, alongside the tip rank analysts from the Wall Street, which sees it as a stock of 61, 62, having a potential of 36, 37% from this point, I also see it a stock of 60 to 65 by end of this year. They see it in the next 12 months, and they consider it a strong buy with no hold and no sell. So I personally think that the current price of NIO is a golden opportunity to get into this stock for the long term, not for the short term, for the long term. If you are a short term gainer or hoping to gain some quick bucks, I don't think NIO will get this from NIO. I think then you better go to and invest in companies like AMC, which have been pushed massively by those retail investors like us. And I'm obviously for the moment I'm with the rally against those short sellers from those huge massive hedge funds which are gaining, or let's say obtaining, or snatching so much of from those poor retail investors. There you can make massive amount of money, and you should for sure, if you are not if you cannot afford to lose your money because it's a risky play, then you, just for the sake of being with the moment, you can buy 1 or 2 shares of AMC and be with that moment just like I am. But coming back to NIO is a long-term play. I'm highly bullish on NIO, and I see it a stock with massive potential in the future. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.